All right, everybody. Welcome to Volume 5 of Hurt Pressure. This week was a fun week for me, even though, as I told people already, that I lost some sleep over this. It made started thinking about how angry some of these things made me. So, should be a good episode, I feel like. It is top 5 things that people love that are actually terrible. So, there's going to be some opinions out there. And I am so happy to introduce our guest for this week. Special guest. Um, I would say she's almost a semi-celebrity. She's social media influencer. Um, I don't know what's going on right now. But that's Brittany Watson. That's Miss Brittany Boo right there. Miss Greenbelt 1998 in the house.
I didn't know that.
EG representing. You know, this is gonna be an original episode. Ronnie, what's happening?
Sorry.
This is gonna be an interesting episode. All right. Well, we always go with the guests first, and we always go from 5 to 1. So Brittany, we're gonna start with you and see, put some pressure on you to start off the episode.
All right, guys.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I was saying earlier, I've watched all the other episodes, so I've got the competition there, but I feel like this might be the best episode. I might be biased, but
you don't have many high hurdles to clear there, but
I agree.
I'm so excited to be here. I think I have a great list. I think it might be, it might cause, I don't know, might raise some eyebrows, especially within this group. So my number 5 things that people love that I think are actually terrible are essential oils. Like, I can't get on this essential oil bandwagon. We have all these people that are into the, MLM marketing and selling them on Instagram and messaging me all the time. It cures all. Do essential oils cure COVID? Because that's what I'm looking for.
About that.
Yeah, I mean, I can't get down with it. Lavender smells great, yeah, but I don't think they're a cure-all, and so overrated.
Yeah, I think whoever named that essential oils doesn't know what essential means. I mean, are any of those things actually essential? I mean, you take 50% of your topics is null and void. I mean, none of those things are essential at all. What a stupid name. What stupid products. And anyone who's trying to panhandle me to buy some of those, go somewhere else with that.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree. They are really stupid. They're terrible and awful. I mean, they smell good, but that's it. They don't do anything. It's like, spraying Febreze on an open wound and expecting it to do something. I mean, it'll sting, but don't do that. But yeah, it's ridiculous, and the fact that people sort of try to, take vaccines out and replace them with essential oils, and they've caused all these problems with, the measles and the mumps and stuff like that. It's kind of ridiculous. They are awful.
Yeah. Apparently, some of them relieve constipation. That's, these are things I hear, guys.
I feel
shopping for some essential oils then.
I might be throwing this word out a lot this episode, but I feel like it's a basic, chick, a basic. I mean, maybe more dudes do it than I know, but yeah, I'm not on that bandwagon either. You know what I mean? Like, people talk a lot about it. I mean, I don't know that lavender smells all that good personally, but just in general, like, I'm like, yeah, like, I'm not investing in like some kind of thing where they're burning it in their house and shit. I'm like, just give me some. What's wrong with having some incense to cover the weed smell? Why you gotta use essential oils? That's all I'm saying. I don't get it. I'm on board with that one. A good number 5, I feel like.
It's a good start.
Ryan, what you got at number 5?
So for number 5, I'm going to be going after a billion-dollar industry. And of course, I'm referring to going to the movies. I mean, how is going to the movies still a thing? I mean, if I want to go to the movies with my wife, it's like $40. Or I can just wait 2 months and get it for $1 at Redbox, or just wait 3 months and watch it for free on Netflix. I mean, what other product in the world goes down 97.5% after 2 months? I mean, you know what makes any situation better? A room full of strangers to ruin it for you. I mean, people are always on their cell phones, and people who clap during movies, you are the worst. And when's the last good movie that came out anyway? It was Encino Man, and that was 28 years ago. For all you people hoping for an Encino Man 2, don't hold your breath. Brendan Fraser is too good for all of us.
Ronnie, what
Yeah, I mean, I unfortunately
think about going to the movies now?
I hate going to the movies. I hate movies in general. I think that they are too long of an attention span for me. I'm spoiled by Netflix and HBO now with their episodic sort of shows where I can just watch it for an hour and then, I get a longer story over time, a much more better fleshed out story. Like, well, Breaking Bad, but not Game of Thrones. I mean, that was terrible at the end, but for a good amount of time, it was good. And so I think movies have sort of been replaced by that, but also just the movie theater experience in general. Like Ryan said, now you have to reserve a goddamn seat. I remember the first time I found out, I just walked into a movie theater with my brother because I was in New York, I had nothing to do. I was like, let's go see a movie, and they're like, oh, we're sold out. I'm like, oh, people are sitting in the front row? He's like, yeah, you got to reserve tickets. I was like, what? What the hell does that mean? This isn't a goddamn dentist appointment or a doctor's appointment. Like, it should be first come, first serve. That's bullshit. I hate movie theaters.
Brittany, what you think?
You guys have really strong opinions on going to the movies. I love going to the movies. It's one of my favorite things to do. Maybe it's because I'm a girl. I don't know. I love the reserved seat thing now. Like, maybe because I'm like bougie. I don't know. I'm like, yeah, I want to sit where I want to sit. I like to sit in the middle of the movie theater, in the middle of the middle, like middle of the movie theater, middle seats, like that, or back row, middle seats. I love going to the movies. It does cost $40 just for tickets. The popcorn's overpriced, but I love it. Like, I can literally, if I know I'm going to the movies, I will plan my day around what I'm eating. Like, okay, I'm not having dinner tonight because I'm going to the movies, and I'm going to eat an entire large popcorn to myself and feel great about it. Give me a popcorn, give me cherry Coke, and sit me in the movie theater, and I love it.
Cherry Coke, clutch, love it. Well, I might have been on this bandwagon a few years ago, but with a kid, movies are clutch. I love the seats now where they're like recliners, yo. I mean, that's like a 2-hour nap, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me $40 for a 2-hour nap. With a 5-year-old, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? And I know there haven't been a lot of adult movies that haven't been good, but I'm on these kid movie bandwagon. Trolls is what's up, bro. I mean, I know that the new one just came out, on like demand, but that's a hot ass movie. I saw, we saw that one. We've seen a lot of them in the theater. I mean, yeah, and then I'll go to the movie theater with, went with Sophie, and we go to see that movie about what was the rock band that I love, Queen, right? And then there's a whole bunch of like 50-year-old white people standing up, like singing and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, Like, this shit ain't right. But when you go to a kid movie, I'll pay for it all the time. I'll get the popcorn. They talk about it for hours. You know what I mean? Like, it. I'm on board with it, especially now that we can't do that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm with you, Brittany. You know what I mean? Like, I'm about an experience, especially with a kid now. So I'm on board the movie train.
Right, we're already divided.
Right.
You guys are wrong.
Ronnie,
So.
Nah, you're wrong. Ronnie, what you got, bro?
All right, number 5 for me is not going to be a popular pick, but it's presents. I think presents are an absolute mockery of relationships, not only with your significant other, but everyone else you know. It's sort of like this weird social contract where if someone gets you a gift, it's like, oh crap, now I got to get them a gift, and it's just feeding into this really sadistic way of telling someone you care about them is by getting them a trinket or something like that. Really, the day-to-day stuff, the day-to-day interaction, I'm the present. I am the present. My time is the present hanging out with you. And, I hate I hate feeling obligated to give presents. I hate getting presents. Like, people think it's weird, but I just hate it. And people are always like, my poor wife keeps saying, like, oh, well, what do you want for your birthday? Or what do you want for Christmas or whatever? I'm like, just make me food. Like, that's all I care about. Food and just hanging out. So I think presents, everyone loves them. I fucking hate them. They're awful.
Miss Brittany, what you think about presents?
I love presents. Again, maybe because I'm a girl. But I actually like giving. I like giving gifts more than I like receiving them. And I'm the type of person that I put a lot of thought into gifts, almost to the point where I'm like driving myself crazy. Like I like to give really thoughtful gifts. I would try to think of, okay, I'm getting a gift for Ronnie. Let me think of Ronnie as a person. What is he like? Like I will drive myself crazy trying to find the perfect gift for you, and then I'm just as excited to give it to you. Like getting it and then giving it to you, I get so excited. But I will say, when I receive gifts, I'm slightly awkward. I'm like, oh my God, yes, thanks. Like, I like it, but opening gifts in front of people makes me uncomfortable. And that's a big thing with my family. Like, my family loves to open gifts in front of everyone.
Yeah.
I had my housewarming party, and I got a lot of gifts. I'm very fortunate for. But then, like, my family's like, all right, everyone's around. All right, let's open the gifts. And I'm like, no, we could do it later, like there's a lot of people, and they're like, no, we need to do it now. And they're like taking pictures, holding things up. I'm like, oh my God, is this Christmas morning? Am I 5 years old?
Right.
So
Right.
I love giving gifts.
It's weird that you love giving gifts so much, and I never remember receiving one from you. I thought we were better friends than that. But I'm with Ronnie 100%. Gifts are just terrible. I mean, you can actually put a dollar price on your friendship or relationship with a person, saying I like you this amount of dollars, which is most awkward thing in the world. Yes. And then like I hate receiving gifts too, because I got to sit there and act like this soap dish that you gave me is the best thing in the world when I really don't give a fuck. Like I remember being a kid and being awkward at Christmas. It's like I got to act really excited about getting this present. It's just weird for everybody. And then like, you do stress out about giving that a gift to somebody because you're like, oh man, they're not going to think this was expensive enough. They're not going to like it. I'm going to put all this effort in and they're not going to like it. It's a very stressful situation on both ends.
So I'm going to somewhat disagree, because I think that gift giving could be cool when you do it just to give, right? You know what I'm saying? And there's no expectations of it. I remember giving a Dan Marino autograph to Martin Scholes. You know what I'm saying? It was just I found it online. I'm like, oh shit, he would like it. It wasn't for his birthday or anything like that. I think it is awkward sometimes when you got to give gifts for occasions, and you're like, oh shit, I got to give this person that amount of money because they gave me that amount of money for their wedding or for their birthday or whatever, or Christmas. But I think when you do it I feel at what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? You're supposed to just be giving out of giving sake. I think that it can be a cool experience that I do appreciate as well. I like shopping for if I see something for other people, sometimes I'll see I remember seeing something I remember for a friend, I was like, oh, this Maryland thing's cool. I'm trying to get them because it'll be cool for them. You know what I mean? But I think I get the pressure and the social kind of pressure that people feel around it. It kind of sucks, but I think in general, if you do it in the right ways, I agree with Brittany. So I'm kind of a softie in that way, though. So I'm going to move on to my number 5, which I know at least one person in this group is going to disagree with strongly. And I'm actually going to bring up a phrase that I haven't brought up yet, which I'm surprised about. But, man, flip-flops, yo. Flip-flops suck dick, yo. No bullshit. What the fuck is up with this shit between your toes? Yo, that shit is not big man approved, okay? I haven't used that phrase yet. Follow me on Twitter. Big man approved. You know what I'm saying? At Big Man Approved. Yo, that is not Big Man approved anything. Those things aren't holding up. Those things are terrible, and they're uncomfortable. I hate them. I hate flip-flops. I don't know what the term is for the thing that goes in between the toes, but that is terrible. You'll catch me only in slides from here on out, bro. I'm not doing, and I feel like that's a basic bro thing, is the flip-flop, yo. So I'm sorry, Ronnie. I know that's your shit, but...
So you're making a distinction between the flip-flop and the slide, is what you're saying?
For sure. Yes.
Definitely a distinction. They're two completely different.
Definitely. If you're from PG County, you know there's a distinction. Flip-flops are from Montgomery County and slides are from PG County.
I hate shoes. I hate shoes because I have long feet, but the front of my feet are wide and the back of my feet are narrow. And so I cannot buy shoes. The only thing I can buy that feels good during the winter is not during the winter, but during the summer, it's a goddamn flip-flop. I slide them on. I don't got to worry about shoelaces. I don't got to worry about, stupid socks and like foot sweat. It sort of aerates it. It gets my skin, gets exposure to the sun and the elements. So there's a natural, abrasion going on there and skin cell removal. And, shoes just suck. I only really like flip-flops because shoes suck. I don't mind slides, but the slides, people wear socks with slides, and socks with slides is just an absolute no-no.
Well, if you got to run from the police, yo, you got to have shoes on. What if you got to run from the police? You got to have shoes on. Come on, bro. And if you don't want to wear socks, you just throw in baby powder. Ask Ian Brooks.
And you start running, right, Ryan?
What?
You don't know about you slide your flip-flops off, you throw it over the fence, you start running, and then you have to go try to jump over the fence and get your flip-flops back.
Yeah. We saw what happened there. You almost lost a toe.
I almost lost a toe, but I didn't.
I love flip-flops. I'm with Ronnie in the fact that I hate shoes. Like, I hate shoes. If I could be barefoot or in flip-flops, would be. I hate socks. So
yeah, socks suck.
I mean,
I wear them when it's cold. Like that, I'm white. Like, it's ingrained in me. I might be from PG County, but I still wear sandals in the winter. My friends are like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "It's just I'm white."
I'm not down with flip-flops either. I mean, when I'm wearing something, I want functionality as my main concern. And if shit goes down, you flip-flop motherfuckers are fucked. And I'm out there.
Over functionality, okay? Fashion over functionality.
That's what you say until you got to throw down some flip-flops.
You beat them with a flip-flop. You grab your papa and beat them.
Oh, yeah.
That's another reason I love picking my seat at the movie theater. It's not because I care about where I'm sitting to see the screen. It's like, yo, if there's a mass shooting, how the fuck do I get out of here the fastest? I'm sitting near the exits, homeboy. People are wilding out, you know what I'm saying? Like, I play my shit differently, you know what I mean? It's all about functionality. I'm with you, Ryan.
Meanwhile, I'm definitely dead because I'm in the middle of the theater.
Yeah.
Not getting out.
All right.
So, Brittany, number 4.
Okay. My number 4. I went with
freeze. Number 4.
Yeah.
Go to Brittany.
So I went with the TV show. And it's The Bachelor. The Bachelor, The Bachelorette. I just don't get it. Like, and I'm a girl. I'm not interested. Like, and it's been on for like 30 seasons or something absolutely ridiculous. Like, I know people that have been on the show, and I'm just like, what? Like, why would you want to go on a TV show and compete for a man or a woman? You can do that down the street. Like, this. Like, I get it. I get it. They all become famous afterwards. A couple of my girlfriends, they've been contacted about being on the show. One of them might be on an upcoming season. I'm not sure. I'm just like, I don't get the appeal. I'm just not interested.
That's what's up.
I mean, there's nothing worse than going on in 20 women competing for the love of some douchebag that nobody cares about anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, like, none of these guys are cool anyway. They're just straight, basic bros douchebags. And, like, what's the purpose on being on that show? That you get famous for 15 minutes?
I think
But
that's it.
Yeah, but then look at it afterwards. If you got to go in a job interview and they're like, "Oh, you're that person who made an idiot of yourself on TV. I'm definitely not hiring you." Like, it's not worth it to get a free drink at a bar for 2 weeks.
Right.
So I'm with you.
I'm with you, but I take a little bit of offense that shows that you try to get some douchebag to like you, because there was that one with Brett Michaels, and he's not a douchebag.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's a great dude. Every rose has a thorn, right,
Yeah.
Ryan?
The Bachelor and The Bachelorette suck. It's fake, or at least I think it's at least fake. Like, you got some dude, and they're just crying half the time, or they're like screwing in random places, and it's like, what's the point of any of this? Like, why do I care about other people's lives this much? I don't. That's why I don't watch it. But I don't know why anyone would care about other people's lives that much. And I mean, I get it. Some people need some drama. They like drama. And that's pretty dramatic, but I feel like a lot of it's manufactured. And yeah, I don't like it either.
Yeah. I think, like Ronnie said, I think that you make it interesting by putting a celebrity out there. Maybe I watch it. Maybe you get me interested. I always had an idea for a show similar to that where it's called The Ass, and then everyone just lines up and you just look at and you go just based on their ass. Like, you go round to round just based on ass. I thought like that could get, put it on Spike right after the Ink Master or whatever. Bam, the winner of the show gets a Ink Master tattoo on their ass. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you combine a couple shows, it's a hit, spin-off. I'm not a big, give me a rose, stick around kind of shit. And it feels like they're always on. Like, always on. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's like 6 or 7 of them a year. I'm saying, like, it's like longer than a baseball season. I'm just like, what's happening?
They never work out, right? They never end up actually being together.
There's like a handful of them, and I think they're still together. But after 20-something, 30-something seasons, if there's only a handful, 3 or 4 people, if that, why are we still doing this? It's for the drama. It's for the drama. But I'm just like,
Survivor, yeah.
it's not interesting.
Well, also, in defense of The Bachelor, let's not forget New York Giants great Jesse Palmer,
Jesse
best
Palmer.
Bachelor ever.
Yeah. Surprised you didn't bring it up the first time.
So
Move on from that. So Ryan is number 4.
Danny, I think your show actually was a show called Apple Bottom. You remember when Apple Bottom was like a saying?
Yeah.
And they just like, they drove around in a limousine and picked up women with nice butts. I'm pretty sure your idea's already been done, but
I think that's a porn site, bro. I don't think that's a.
There's
Might
a
be
Jeans
both.
by Nelly, right?
Apple bottom jeans.
it's a franchise now. It's moved out. So my number 4 is cornbread.
What?
And I'm not talking about the food. That's delicious. Of course, I'm talking about Roosevelt's own cornbread. From the illustrious all-male step squad, Dem Raider Boys.
What?
Cornbread from Dem Raider Boys, Roosevelt High School. So listen, I met a person and a cat, both named Cornbread, and the cat was much more interesting. This dude, Cornbread, had no rhythm. He would walk around with a pair of shoes tied around his neck like Nick Cannon in Love Don't Cost a Thing, but the shoes he was wearing were always scuffed. I challenged this dude to a step-off at the 2003 Greenbelt Fair, and he was a no-show. I know everyone loves Dem Raider Boys, which they should. They're great. But Cornbread...
World of Dance. Like the first or second season.
Yeah, they're fantastic. But Cornbread was definitely a stain to their legacy.
I feel like this is a direct shot at Brittany, so I'm gonna let her respond first.
Yes, that was a low blow. Thanks, Ryan. So when I was, I don't know, like a freshman at Roosevelt, I had like the biggest crush on cornbread.
Oh man.
Which, looking back, I'm like, wow. I just have so many questions, but mainly why. Yeah. I mean, them Raider boys, they're, they're still like that. They're on TV now. I mean, you gotta give it to them. They got an Instagram. They're like famous. But yeah, okay, low blow. I accept it.
Ronnie, do you have any thoughts on cornbread?
No clue what you guys are talking about. Bread, the food is what I thought you were talking about, and that's delicious. I'm glad you redacted that. And then I started thinking, you started to say as a person, I thought you were talking about that guy Joe Biden knows, Corn Pop, but that's a different person apparently.
Dude, Joe Biden's been dead for months.
I know, Joe Biden's dead, so I mean, there's no point in talking about him anymore. But yeah, I have no clue what you're talking about. It sounds like something I wouldn't like, so I agree with Ryan.
Thanks, Ronnie.
I mean, I'm gonna take a minute and talk about how much I love the food cornbread. I feel like when you just get when you get a good, especially a good fresh piece of cornbread, no matter from where you're from or where it's from, it's just an amazing experience. So I know nothing about the dude. He's going to be, I mean, he might be number 2 on our hate list now, apparently, after Drew Brees. But, I don't know if you know, Brittany, but Drew Brees is a follower, and he's a pretty big hater of the show. Man, I feel like that was a low blow. I'm going to take a minute. Brittany, your house looks amazing, by the way. The background looks stunning. A homeowner, takes care of her house. I love it. Ronnie, what do you got at number 4?
All right, well, I got number 4. I hope everyone's going to agree with this. I'm not sure, but I really don't like, and this goes for every single one, newborn babies.
Oh, man.
Newborn babies, they look weird. They look like boneless human beings. They don't do anything except sleep and eat and doo-doo. Like, look at this. Look at this picture. You guys see it?
Yeah, we saw you checking them out earlier.
Okay, good. I mean, that's really weird. That's really weird when people take pictures of them. I especially hate the pictures because they're all like tucked in like Thanksgiving turkeys that you're going to put in the oven. Like, they tuck their legs under them so that I feel like someone's going to put them on a sheet tray and just throw them in a 425-degree oven, and get some nice crispy skin. It's gross. And I like babies when they're like 3, 4, 5 months old. They're really cool because they have a personality. But right off the bat, man, newborn babies they're terrible.
Brian, what do you think about babies?
Ronnie, I couldn't be more glad that you went with that subject. I was actually this close to putting them on my list as well.
Nice.
I kind of pussied out there, but way to pull the trigger on that. I mean, what do they do?
Nothing.
They literally just sit there and shit themselves and make you clean it up.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't do anything. They just sit there, cry, make a bunch of noise, and shit themselves. I mean, could you imagine? I mean, a worse thing in the world that just cries and shits itself? I'm with you. They don't do anything.
I don't want to talk about the white elephant in the room, but we were all babies once.
Yeah, and we all suck once. That's the thing. They all stink. I
don't know if that's true.
Newborn baby.
I'm going to tell you right now, you don't love a baby until you have a baby, right? And I'm going to tell you why. It's not because it's like, oh, it's my baby. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel comfortable with your own kid. It's because then you have a fucking 5-year-old, right? That destroys everything. And you talk about, oh, a baby shits itself. Yeah, you know what? I'd rather just go to a baby that's staying in the same fucking place to change the diaper than have to clean shit off the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, and ask the question, why? A baby doesn't know why it poops in its diaper, just does it. You got to ask a 5-year-old, why did you put shit on the wall? Why'd you do that? Why are you putting your finger in your butthole? Like, those are questions you have to ask a child at the age of 4 or 5. A baby, you get more appreciation as the child grows. I feel like maybe there's, I'm just saying maybe it's because that's why, but I'm saying I appreciate a newborn much more now than I did 6 years ago. Brittany?
Interesting. Well, I agree with Ronnie in the sense that they do look weird. I've said this time and again, babies are ugly when they come out. They look like little aliens. They're weird looking. They're not cute.
No.
They make me uncomfortable. Like, I don't have kids. Hopefully one day I will, but I get extremely nervous around babies. Like, I'm so uncomfortable. Like, friends have babies. Oh, hold my baby. No, thank you. I'm okay. Like, no offense to you or your baby. If it's 2 or 3, give them to me all day. But infants make me extremely uncomfortable. Again, I don't have kids. That could change. Maybe I'll pop out a baby and then I'll just feel like it'll be the love of my life. But they're not terrible, but they make me uncomfortable.
They are terrible. They are terrible. I mean, I think if you put a newborn baby on the show, it would have a hard time defending why it should not be on this list.
So
It's true.
I'm going to move on to my number 4, but before we do, we all know that Ronnie's talking about like how ugly babies are. He's going to have the cutest little brown baby there is. So
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? This guy is talking all the trash when he's going to have the cutest baby out of all of us. So
Monica's going to take care of her for 3 months. I'm not going to do anything.
Yep, that happens. All right, number 4 for me. I'm going to say this one's probably going to be a little bit out there, but pasta. Yo, your boy is not a pasta fan, man.
What? You guys completely missed Italian on your cuisines, by the way, so this doesn't surprise me.
I mean, like, I don't know what the deal is. It like, and I'm not like a healthy dude. It's not about like the carbs thing. Like, I get full really quick. The red sauce sometimes gives me heartburn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get the, and like, it's all, I don't know. It just baffles me, like, how much people love it. Let's put it in different shapes and call it something else. Like, I mean, I know I love myself a taco, which is basically the same thing, but it's just like, come on, let's be realistic here. It's just a taco. It's just a piece of pasta. Stop calling it different things. Yeah, I'm not a pasta fan, so I don't know where y'all are at on that, but fuck some pasta.
I love pasta. I'm a carbaholic. Like, I'm with Ryan. I don't like vegetables. I'm not a vegetable girl. Like, salad is like, you'll never catch me eating a salad. I'm not a rabbit. I get my greens by smoothies, but that's it. But pasta, I love carbs. Give me pasta. Give me all the shapes. They all taste different. They taste different. I love a red sauce. I love green sauce. I have to completely disagree.
Yeah. So you couldn't be more wrong, Danny. Pasta is delicious. You're talking to someone that makes his own pasta. I've made raviolis. I've made pappardelle. Pasta is such a great vessel. You're talking about the different shapes and like, oh, they're calling them different things because they have different purposes. Some grab sauce that's thinner. Some are meant to be served with certain foods, and some are, like gnocchi are more of a main dish. And pasta in and of itself is such a
gnocchi
artless thing because it's easy to make. And, when man needed carbohydrates, when they needed nutrition, they needed to form it into something other than bread. They used pasta, and they did a great job of it. Also, it originated from Asia, China. Not many people know that. The Italians stole it. But, pasta's great, man. I love pasta. I'm going to have me some tomorrow.
I was weak because they were soft. They were soft and were terrible hunters. They had to make pasta instead of eating meat. Ryan, go ahead. What you think?
Pasta is terrible. You're right. I mean, all different types of pasta are terrible. Red sauce is disgusting. I mean, did you know that in Italy, instead of saying cool or like awesome, they say that's totally pasta? I mean, how fucking lame is that? Italian superstar baseball star Nick Jowers told me that.
That's pretty al dente.
Not as good, Ronnie. That's definitely not totally pasta.
All right. Well, what do you got? What do we got for number? We're already up to number 3. Brittany, where are you at with number 3?
I don't want to like strike a nerve amongst this group, but my number 3 might. And that's polos with khakis and more specifically flip-flops or Sperry's. Like, guys, we gotta do better. Like, I cannot stand seeing a man with a polo and a khaki. What are you, Jake from State Farm? Like, come on. It's not attractive. If it's your work attire, like you have to wear that for work, that's different, you know. But if you're going out, you know, out on the town, out on a date, I don't know, family cookout, do we have to do polos and khakis and flip flops? Like, do we have to do that? No? Yes?
It's casual wear. I mean, like ladies have their leggings and their I don't know what the hell they wear, capri pants.
Casual?
Choppers.
Are
tank
jeans not
tops.
casual?
Yeah, I mean, are you talking about khakis, like full length khakis?
Yeah, full length khakis, yeah.
Okay, yeah, those are awful. I don't wear those. Those are terrible. I agree with that. I like, shorts that could be khaki colored, but
The color, we're talking the pants.
okay, the pants. Okay, polos. Polos were cool in like the 2000s. I'm more in a t-shirt guy now. But yeah, I'm on the fence about that. I don't know. Polos have their day, and khakis, I don't know.
Not my thing.
Right.
It's not
What do
sexy.
you think, Ryan?
It's not sexy. Can we just say that? It's not sexy.
I don't know. Jake from State Farm, he got that dude at 3 a.m. on the phone,
But did you see they had to change the character from Jake from State Farm? Because
You're saying they're not sexy, but I don't think you've ever seen Ronnie Dar in a polo. I mean, they accentuate the arms, they accentuate the chest.
Sure.
They got muscles, they're great to wear. I mean, I've never been cool enough to do it, but man, if you pop your collar when wearing a polo, holy shit.
Okay.
If you can do the double pop collar, I mean, dude, I saw a guy at a party with double pop collar, and that guy was getting pussy left and right. You can guarantee that.
He was wearing sunglasses inside too.
Did he have a visor on also, backwards and upside down?
Backwards, upside down visor.
Cool.
He's Connor alone.
Leave Nick Showers alone.
They're gonna be like, where the hell did Brittany come from and why is she attacking us?
Wait, didn't you and Danny have to wear that to go to DeMatha?
Yeah,
that was
we were
our summer attire.
That's different. Like, okay, school and work is different. Like, if that's what you have to wear, that's the exception. But I'm talking like just like that. You know, I'm gonna go out with my girl tonight, and I'm gonna put on a polo and khakis.
So I'm more of a khakis and an Oxford kind of guy, unless it's a work attire. Like I like give me like a Izod Oxford kind of guy. But I'm definitely stereotypical in that way. I hate jeans. You know, they get up on my man's nuts. I just can't deal with jeans. So I always rock khakis because of that. I always will. Or sweatpants. Sweatpants and sweatpants shorts are acceptable attire outside the home. I'm from PG County. You can't tell me otherwise, and I will fight that every day. So yeah, I'm not going to disagree totally. Like, I think the cargo short is like a terrible thing. You know, guys really got to get away from the cargo shorts. There needs to be so many cargo options. Why do we have the cargo? Like, what do you got in your pants pockets? You know what I'm saying? Like, legitimately, like, what are we carrying around that we need the extra cargo? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get it.
Phil Schultz right now.
Nice outfit change, Ryan. Should I go change? Do I need an outfit change? In scene.
Please put a polo on.
And he doesn't even have an undershirt on.
And if you're a woman and you wear that, that's even worse. Like,
fix that collar, Ryan.
Yeah, pop it. You're missing another shirt, but
and you're pretty cool.
Thanks, man.
I guess Brittany's never going to go to the University of Virginia, where they only wear pop collar polos and khakis. So
True.
Super preppy.
They wouldn't accept her anyway.
Northern Virginia, so like Loudoun County. Okay.
Charlottesville
County.
Ryan's out there in the western, in the western and Reston. Ryan, what you got at number 4 or 3? Sorry, 3.
Do you want me to go back to cornbread? I can talk about cornbread again if you want to.
My bad.
Take it. I'm from PG County. We don't back down from a challenge, okay?
So for number 3, I am going with the Olympics.
Oh my! I'm not even gonna let you talk, bro.
Let me talk. I got a bunch of points I want to get to. The Olympics were postponed this year, and guess who's talking about it? That's right, nobody, because nobody gives a shit. I mean, nobody would watch 95% of these sports outside the Olympics, so why do you care now? And it's the same people who talk shit about their country nonstop are now the most patriotic people every 2 years. I mean, can we just go back? Excuse me, sir, you have your turn. Can we go back to the summer and winter Olympics every 4 years? We don't need this shit every 2 years. I mean, the Olympics go back over 3,000 years. I mean, do we really want to continue any of the disgusting things human beings were doing 3,000 years ago? And Michael Phelps has 28 Olympic medals. And that sounds more impressive than it should.
American hero.
You have 28 medals for the same thing.
That's
Congratulations, Michael Phelps. You're the best swimmer in the world. Here's 1 medal. You get 1 medal, Michael Phelps, not 28 medals for doing the same thing, slightly different each time. And if you get a medal, congratulations. See you in 4 years to defend it. We're not going to give you more medals the next time for doing the same thing.
There's all kinds of tournaments in the between, sir.
Excuse me, sir. I'm not done yet.
I've got a PowerPoint over here that he's like referring to. That's got all his reasons.
People actually call, and you just did it, Olympic athletes heroes. I mean, you're a hero because you play ping pong. You're on the same level as soldiers that die for this country, doctors and nurses that save lives every day, and Wolverine from the X-Men.
Brett Michaels.
Fuck you, Michael Phelps.
So Danny left. He's so upset. So I guess I'll jump in here. At first, I thought you were ridiculous, but yeah, you made some pretty good points. No one actually does give a shit anymore. I was supposed to be in Japan the beginning of April, but thanks to the Rona.
Humble brag.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks to the Rona, that got canceled, and I was going to check out the venues, but yeah, no one really cares. No one, if you ask any random person right now where they were supposed to be or when they are, they're probably like, I don't know. People do get real riled up for them. Some of the events I like the basketball Olympics. I like watching the sprinting. Usain Bolt's my man. I love that dude. So it's nice to see events where people are competing to see who's the best in the world. But you're right. It's in the grand scheme of things, it's very unimportant. I don't know if that makes it terrible, but the Olympics kind of suck.
Thanks, Ronnie.
You're welcome, Brian.
I don't know if they're terrible.
Brittany, what do you think?
I mean, I like watching, the gymnasts. I think that's probably my favorite. I don't care about the rest of it.
Then you're agreeing with him.
I mean, I don't think they're terrible, but yeah, I mean, it's not like if the Olympics ever never happened again, I would be devastated. So
you wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, I mean, I know Michael Phelps, Gabby Douglas, I could name a handful. Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn. Yeah, I mean, everyone here knows Michael Phelps. More.
Did you count the same person twice? That doesn't count.
Whatever. Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. All right, I guess they're terrible.
Y'all, this is the worst. This will be and is the worst answer ever on Top 5 podcast. Hurt Pressure. This will always be the worst answer. The Olympics unite the world, where every single day people are fighting against each other and hating on each other. You get together for like a 2 week period, because that's about the longest amount of time that we can stand each other. Okay? It's a beautiful thing. I don't know about the opening and closing ceremonies, but it gives meaning to obscure sports, which I love. I love obscure sports. Give me some curling. U.S. coming out of nowhere, training in Laurel to win the gold medal. Who would have ever thought? They got a lady on there won like 8 gold medals and she's like 44. She's winning gold medals because she's just shooting a clay pigeon all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, give it to me. That means that I still have a chance of winning the gold medal. Y'all are so wrong on all this. I just can't believe it. I would love the Olympics every year. Showcase these people that live and die these sports. Give me some Katie Ledecky. I remember when Carrie Strug broke her leg. Give me some Carrie Walsh and spiking the ball in a beach volleyball. Y'all are wrong on that so much. All Olympians that are watching, your boys defending you. That's one of my bucket list things. If I have a bucket list, that's number one is going to the Olympics. There's nothing else on the list. I want to go to Olympics. I don't care about any other sporting event. I want to hit the Olympics. It's my shit. I don't want to go out of the country though, so bring it to America. I'm all on board on the Olympics. It's wrong. It's just wrong what y'all did there.
Okay.
That logo sucks though, right?
Do you agree or disagree that Olympians are not heroes?
They're heroes on a different level. Heroes don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I mean, is the dude, that's doing right in his community a hero? I mean, not necessarily, but he might be to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying, like, is he a hero on the light? Is, like, giving a guy that gives his life for this country, defending my freedom? No, it's not the same. It's not the same thing. I'm not saying that. I'm not comparing those two things, but there are different
comparing it if you use the same word.
No, there are different levels of heroes, just like there's different levels of hot sauce. What? I'm just saying there's different levels of heat, baby. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's forever. Everybody's. I feel like you can have a hero however you want to have a hero. If that somebody gets you out of, like a bad spot and gets you to, do something good with your life, it's a hero to you. All right. My answer was correct. Let's move on to number 3 for Ronnie.
Oh, number 3 for me. Some people are probably going to hate this, but Harry Potter is terrible. The whole series is awful.
In the podcast now. Bye. I'm exiting.
Harry Potter, my first exposure to Harry Potter was the first movie, which was just a very standard movie. I'm like, all right, it's like for kids and stuff. The second movie had the same exact plot line. And the whole time, I'm like, this guy's Voldemort, man. Like, why can't you see that? I'm like, all right, I'll give him a mulligan. Third movie comes around. It's painfully clear that Voldemort is the bad guy. But no one seems to know this. I'm screaming at my TV. Harry Potter,
alert.
That motherfucker is Voldemort. And oh, what happens at the end? It's Voldemort. I have so many issues with this series. The first one being, everyone has to say Harry Potter. They can't just call him Harry. They can't just call him Potter. The teachers go around saying, Harry Potter! Harry Potter! Like, they're announcing it across the hall. Like, there's not 30 other kids there that need their attention. It's only this one asshole. And, he's not even that great. What did he do? He just, he got missed by Voldemort. Voldemort made an error. Didn't kill him. That's his greatness. There ain't no greatness there. And he's the reason Dumbledore died. So he got Dumbledore killed. He got that weird little guy killed, whatever that thing is, Golby or whatever the hell it is. Dolby. He got him murked. He got Ron Weasley's brother murked. He got his parents murked. He's got so much death because of him. Harry Potter's the real villain of the series. No one should like him. You got, what's his name? Rob Pattinson died because of Harry Potter. Jeez, everyone died because of Harry Potter. That guy sucks.
He was in Twilight, right?
Yeah.
He was.
It's going to be Batman, too.
He was responsible for his death in Twilight or in Harry Potter?
Both.
Oh, shit.
Gary Oldman was in it and died because of Harry Potter. I mean, terrible. And then one of them's like the Prisoner of Azkaban. What does that mean? Cabin of Ass? That's kind of weird.
I feel like you need to respond on that
strongly disagree. I'm like how Danny feels about the Olympics, I feel about Harry Potter.
Oh, God.
I love Harry Potter. I mean, everyone calls him Harry Potter, yeah, but you don't have a friend that you call by first and last name? Because
Hunter.
Chris Wine.
Everyone calls me Brittany Watson. Like, there are people I know that I call them by their first and last name, no matter how many times I see them. I'm like, oh, hey, so-and-so, Joe Hunter. Exactly. Okay. That's, like, not even a big deal. And, I mean...
Terrible.
Harry Potter's a hero, okay? He's a hero.
What? He's fake.
He's a hero. Clearly, you've never been to Harry Potter world. Man. Drink some butterbeer and it might change your life.
That sounds gross. It's
Really.
literally butter and beer. That's gross.
Harry Potter's amazing. Like, first of all, yeah, it's fake and it's a fantasy, but so are, like, video games and all this other stupid stuff that people are obsessed with. Wrestling is fake. Newsflash. Like,
Wait,
Whoa.
you guys heard a podcast about that, right? It's
And
fake.
you didn't watch it.
It's
Oh,
fake.
Brittany, you're going off the rails here. You're in a hate storm right now. You got to focus on Harry Potter and why you hate it.
It's a hate tornado. It's hard to get out of. Ryan.
To House Slytherin, okay?
Your house Slytherin, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely Ravenclaw here. And I'll fuck with the first 4 books of Harry Potter, and then I kind of stopped giving a shit. But I'm with Ronnie that Harry Potter, as you know, the protagonist of a movie, is a horrible piece of shit.
Wow.
He's an asshole to all of his friends. He does get so. That's not even. Think about the last battle in the book. He got a lot more people killed than that too. I mean, Dolby showed up and was like, "Hey, Harry Potter, don't go back to school, or shit is gonna hit the fan." And he was like, "Oh, I like flying." And then he went and got everyone killed because he liked flying around on a stupid broom. I mean, everyone babies this guy, and he's a big dick to everybody. I mean, why should he? Yeah, I'm with you, Ronnie. I mean,
yeah, he's a jerk.
I've never seen it, never read it, but didn't Emma Watson come from that series though?
Exactly, my cousin. Like, hello.
So I'm saying, I mean, anything that produces that kind of talent, I feel like can't be that terrible. So it kind of does feed pretty well into my number 3 though. So I'll just kind of quickly transition into mine, and I feel really bad about this one. I'm actually, I'm not proud of it at all. A little bit. I don't even know if I want to say it, but my number 3 is reading. Man, I can't stand it. It's the worst shit ever. I know it's because I read so slow, you know what I mean? But man, Cliff Notes, thank God, man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have got through high school without Cliff Notes. And that's what I mean. I love the idea of it, right? It's yeah. And the funny thing is when I read something, I remember it. I learn really well by reading, but it just takes me forever. And I'm like, fuck that shit, dude. I was I probably could have been a decent lawyer, but I'm not reading all that shit. Get the fuck out of here. I gotta read all those cases and all that shit. Get out of here with all that. Why does it gotta be all formal? Why don't they make that a TV show? I don't get it. You know what I mean? So as much I feel bad because I read to my daughter. Every night, mainly Berenstain Bears books. I do read every night to her, and I know how important it is. However, it's the worst. Sorry, everybody. Reading.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of reading fictional books. I'm not a big fan of Harry Potter. If you want me to go back a few seconds, but
So rude.
Oh, there's.
I do like reading nonfiction, especially things that'll help you learn a new skill or something like that. I read Twitter all day. I'm on Twitter all day. It's pathetic, but
Flames.
I like reading what's going on in the news, what's going on elsewhere, and reading's a fundamental skill. Not all of us can do it, but
That's
it is. I prefer texts if that counts as reading over phone calls. I hate phone calls. I prefer email over phone calls. Although I don't like reading other people's emails. I just like the quick ones. So I don't like reading long stuff. I just like reading useful information. But yeah, reading's iffy.
Yeah, I mean, reading sucks. I fall asleep if I have to read something and it's long, like, God, in school, like, I'm falling asleep. I'm like, I cannot, like, yeah, I read it and I remember, but then after that, I'm like, I'm falling asleep. I got to go back and read it again because I fell asleep and I don't remember where I left off. And it's just like, I don't know, it does suck. I do prefer text over phone call, although I love a FaceTime. Um, yeah, reading sucks. I agree. Again, I like useful information. Quick, give me the facts. Like, if I can read bullet points, give me the bullets.
Yeah.
I want the paragraph. Cliff notes. Give me the cliff notes. Like, I don't want to read the book. Just tell me what it's about. Is there a movie coming out? Because I'll watch it.
It's like when you look for a recipe online, they always have like this stupid story about why their grandmother from their dad's side used to make this for her son, and I'm like, man, no one cares. No one cares about that. Just tell me how to make the goddamn cake. Shit.
I mean, you guys are completely wrong. I mean, reading's amazing. I don't know how you can dispute that. I mean,
we sound like heathens.
I mean, I got bookshelves behind me of all books. I got thousands and thousands of books. I read for 3 hours a day on the metro. I mean, there's a whole world that you're missing out on by not reading. I mean, have you ever read a book and watched a movie? And of course, the book is better because you get to craft what you want in your mind. You don't get these people that look or act like you don't want to. You get to use your imagination to create whatever world that you want.
I don't know, man. Have you ever read a porn versus watched a porn?
Only the good books become movies and TV shows anyway, so, I mean...
That's not true. They made 8 Harry Potter movies.
And then
well, somebody loved those things, obviously.
I will say, I there are certain books that I enjoyed reading, but it's so hard. It has to be so interesting for me to keep my attention. If not, I'm falling asleep. I think that was me in school. Like, I'm in school and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is not interesting to me, so I don't care. I'm falling asleep. Harry Potter books are amazing. I read all the Twilight. I read the Hunger Games. Those I like. But other than that, I mean, I don't want to read about world history. I'd rather watch it on the History Channel.
Right.
Yeah.
Why don't we roll right into number 2 for you then, while you're on the mic?
Okay. Number 2 for me, White Claws, Truly, any of these seltzer ass drinks.
Yep.
First of all, they taste like TV static.
Right.
What? Why is this a thing? And why are people oh yeah, get down with the claw and what?
Ain't no laws with the claw.
I don't get. Okay, maybe I don't get it. Can someone explain it to me?
You're right. Because why don't you just buy Tito's vodka and some club soda and pour that shit together? What the fuck's wrong with that? I don't understand why people got to do the shortcut shit. It tastes terrible. It tastes like malt liquor.
I'd rather eat a book than drink a White Claw.
Yeah. I'd rather have a St. Ives Special Brew, baby. All day, every day.
Listen, White Claws are delicious.
No, they're not.
They're seltzer. So first off, Tito's and club soda is fundamentally different from a White Claw or a hard sparkling cider or sparkling water, because sparkling waters or alcoholic sparkling waters are brewed like beer. So that's why all these beer companies are selling sparkling waters, because they can brew it. Listen, you can't taste any of the alcohol in it. It just tastes like a sparkling water.
Tastes
It's
like
got natural
hand
flavors. It's got no sugar. It's low cal. It's delicious. It's refreshing. I'm tired of this White Claw slander. I used to be the same way as you guys. I was like, oh, give me a beer. But these beers, man, like the beers I drink in IPAs got like 400 calories. This White Claw has got less than a quarter of the calories, man. Give me that White Claw, baby.
The beers I drink, my Barry would have say something different.
Tonight, like take a shot of tequila.
Right?
Tonight, you'll be drunk quicker, and there's like, what's the calories in tequila?
Tequila, you drunk quicker, you're naked faster. You know what I'm saying? Bam. That's the whole idea.
And it's also good for your insides. It kills like all kinds of things.
Exactly. The Corona.
Like, absolutely disgusting. I don't get it. You have to drink 30 of them to even feel one. Why are we wasting our time?
Ryan, do you even want to comment on the White Claw? I mean, I know you're not a drinker, so it might be.
White Claw came out after my time of drinking, but if it's like anything like seltzer water, it's probably fucking terrible.
It's terrible.
Because seltzer water is terrible.
It is seltzer water.
Fucking, I'm surrounded by these Europeans all the time, and they fucking love that shit.
Wait, what?
Always trying to push this seltzer water bullshit on me. I'm like, no, just give me some damn tap water. I don't want that sparkling bullshit.
Where are you running into all these Europeans?
I'm married to a European, Ronnie.
Oh, that's right.
I will say I like sparkling water, time and place. You know what I mean? If I'm at a nice restaurant, I'm having a nice meal. Yes, it does help with digestion. I get it. But I don't get the White Claw. Like,
with you. I'm with you on that.
I'm like, why are we doing this? It's a waste of my time. I'm too busy. All I have is time for high and by, okay? High and by. Gotta go. I don't have time for White Claw.
Claws, baby.
Ryan, what do you got for number 2?
So probably a ton of White Claws get drink at this event every year. And of course, I'm talking about New Year's Eve. The buildup of an entire year condensed into one disappointing night. I mean, at the end of every year, people are always like, this year was so rough. Can't wait for next year. I mean, if that's your attitude in life, next year is going to be just as rough for you. I mean, people act like their problems aren't going to follow them into the next year. Like it's a complete blank slate. Like the world is beating you 7-2. The game doesn't start over at the end of the year. And I mean, forget going out on New Year's Eve. Like I don't drink, but that doesn't mean that everybody on the road is literally drinking something that night. So I don't want to even be out in that shit. New Year's resolutions are stupid. I mean, if you're going to wait until some arbitrary date to make a change in your life, the chances of you doing that are fucking zero. I mean, and then you got the countdown and the ball dropping where all of you are sitting there making out and I'm sitting in the corner crying to myself forever alone. Like, I get it. You're happy in life. You don't have to rub it in my face. Live in the here and now. Do what you want today and start working towards your goals now. Fuck New Year's Eve.
Wrong points.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Brittany, what do you think?
person. I like New Year's Eve, but I think it's overrated. Like, I get people needing something like to attach to starting new. Like, oh, I'm gonna start on Monday. The same concept, you know. But if you're not gonna do it now, why are you gonna do it on Monday? Why are you gonna do it on New Year's? So I get that. Yeah, everyone just goes out. They get overrated. I like New Year's because it's January and like my birthday is 9 days later. But other than that, whatever. You know.
Celebrating your birthday instead of the New Year. Ronnie, what do you think?
I agree.
I mean, there needs to be a new year because the Earth has actually traveled around the Earth. The Earth has traveled around the sun. in a year's time, so it has to be there, and it should be marked because it marks the seasons and stuff.
Yeah. The Persian New Year. That's a Persian New Year.
Yeah, and so, but I agree that the concept of, the new year, new you, and changing stuff, really, if you want to change something, you can do whatever you want to right now, and people sort of always look to the future, and then when the future is the present, they continue to look to the future to do stuff. So the concept of New Year's stinks. I think the holiday is kind of fun, just because it's a little different than other holidays. You're staying up late. You're all watching TV, hanging out. There's no presents. I hate presents. And it's kind of cool to hang out like that. But yeah, New Year's kind of sucks.
Yeah, I'm not a big New Year's person. I don't even know. I mean, make it to New Year's like 12 o'clock. Like, oh well, like whatever. Like, I'm not as big on that. Yeah, New Year's resolution. 100% agree with that. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop telling everyone you're gonna do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just tired of the bullshit with people. You know what I mean? Stop talking about it and just get that shit done. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of. I think it kind of like felt like it's like this holiday that people made up. It's like, we have to have something after Christmas because you know what I mean, to kind of like reunite everybody. That's if they're not Christian, all the Jewish people and the Christians, and everybody can come together and we can all celebrate the New Year. It's like, who fucking cares, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, I'm not a big. It's a shitty time of year for business for me. You know what I'm saying? We're not selling a lot of paint January 1st or 2nd or 3rd, so I don't really love it. I would much rather celebrate Brittany Watson's birthday January 9th, right? Or, you know what I mean? So,
My birthday's December
yeah,
30th.
Well, that's a different story. That's got some history. That's like a whole nother podcast, buddy. Number 2, Ronnie.
So it's going back and forth on number 2. My number 1's very clear. Clear number 1. But my number 2, I'm going with cold brew coffee. Coffee, I love coffee, but it needs to be hot. I don't give a shit if it's 90 degrees outside. Coffee is a hot drink. It's not a cold drink. This ain't iced tea. Coffee isn't supposed to be refreshing. It's supposed to wake you up. It has a very singular agenda. It's a very singular beverage. You wake up, you make some coffee, you drink it. You don't put ice cubes in it, go outside on the patio, take Fluffy for a walk, and buy purses. That's not what coffee is. Coffee is a man's drink. It needs to be hot. It needs to be black. You don't put anything in it, and it's delicious. I love coffee. I hate cold brew. I think it's a travesty. And anyone that drinks it or prefers it over normal coffee is weird. It's terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop in real quick. I mean,
go
a couple
ahead.
of years ago, I might have agreed. Sorry, but and everyone's, if you don't take your coffee black, you're a bitch. If you don't do this, if you don't do that, it's like, stop fucking judging what the fuck I do. Why are you up in my shit all the time anyway? Everybody, all in everyone's shit constantly. You know what I'm saying? Like in the summertime, yeah, you know what? And like in the afternoon, I kind of feel like an iced coffee. You know what I mean? Put some hazelnut in that shit. I don't care. That shit's delicious. It gets me through the next few hours until I can fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to lay off the like sodas and shit. So I'm trying to hit. I know it's not good, like that much better for you, but I'm just trying to do more. So I'm not. I disagree. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a time and place, and anyone you can take your drink like you can take your drugs. Everybody has however they want to get through the day. Take your coffee like you take your drugs. I don't care. Do you?
I'm with Danny. I love cold brew. I love iced coffee. I don't prefer it. I will say I don't prefer it over hot coffee. My favorite is a latte. Nothing is better than a hot latte. I can drink it every day. Like, I absolutely love a latte. But I love cold brew. And cold brew is different from iced coffee. They're different.
Right.
It is. It is.
So I think I don't like anything black. I don't like black coffee. I don't like whether it's iced, hot, cold brew. I can't drink it black. I love cream. I can do without sugar. I'm fine. And I think for me, I've been drinking coffee so long that it doesn't wake me up. It doesn't help me get through the day. For me, it's more mental. I like the taste of it, so I feel like it's like a ritual for me. I wake up in the morning and I have my coffee. I don't need it.
It does get you through the day, girl. But not the caffeine.
It's not the caffeine, correct? Like I could drink decaf and be perfectly fine. It doesn't wake me up, and that could be because I've drank so much coffee in my life that I just built up tolerance for caffeine. But yeah, for me, it's more of a ritual. It's more mental. But I love cold brew.
Ryan.
But I will say, I don't drink iced coffee in the winter or the fall. It's a summer thing for me.
Yeah, it's a summer thing.
And I want the taste. I enjoy the taste. You know, it's not refreshing. Yeah, it's nice that it's cold on a hot summer day, but I'm not going to be in my house sitting on my deck drinking a nice coffee because I need to be refreshed. Like, it's not. I guess I feel differently about it. It doesn't suck. Time and place.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Coffee, man.
I mean, I hate coffee in general. I hate anything where you have to grow accustomed to the taste of it. So anything that's terrible at first, I usually just try to stay away from. But
beer?
Well, there's a purpose for that. That makes you feel a certain way. So
it's coffee.
But I'm not a fan of hot drinks in general. So anything hot, like I don't want fucking hot anything. That's not cool. And so if I would drink coffee, it would probably be some iced coffee. So terrible answer from Ronnie. Yeah, good list. Good list thus far, but terrible answer.
Yeah, I seem to use the energy drinks.
So these next two were some of the ones that kept me up. So my number 2 is, I know people are not gonna agree with me, but the beach. Yo, the beach is the fucking worst. There's fucking people everywhere. Sand is terrible. Okay, all the friction. Yo, I'm a big man. Yo, and ladies, you guys got more clothing than we do. I mean, if you can tell me that sand feels good rubbing up against your nipples in your bathing suit, it doesn't feel good, and I don't even have a bathing suit on. The sand gets everywhere. There's rip currents. The shit's just trying to drown you, taking you out to sea. They're trying to just swallow you alive. And then there's sea animals, just wild motherfucking sea animals. Like Chris Wines got hit by, like a fucking stingray. Dude, Steve Irwin is like the guy was wrestled with crocodiles daily, and when you're in their turf, bro, those motherfuckers will fuck you up. They don't give a shit. That I'm just like, that was like 2 feet of water, could have killed like a small child. Like, yo, the beach in general, the ocean, like fuck all that noise. People are by the way, I didn't even mention how the sun. This is just the sun's terrible, right? I mean, it's definitely a white person thing, but I get burnt like shit. You know what I'm saying? Anything that burns me that bad, you know what I mean? Just like a cat trying to kill me, the sun's trying to kill you. You know what I mean? Like, avoid the beach. That's all I'm saying. It's not even about swimming. Give me a lake. I mean, kind of, I guess. But, I mean, I'll swim. But, dude, the beach is the worst.
The beach is definitely overrated. I mean, give me like 15 minutes to go swim in the ocean, and then, like, I'm fucking done. Like, I don't want to sit there and lay out all day. I mean, how boring is that shit? Sand is the worst. I mean, every time you go to the beach, you have sand on you for the next 4 months of your life. Yeah, just in general, beach sucks. People who love the beach or hate those people. So I'm with you.
Well, guess what? I love the beach, baby. The beach is
you
great.
Should wear that shirt.
Let's just talk about what comes from the beach. Like Danny's complaining about the animals. Those animals are delicious. Seafood, that comes from the ocean right off the beach, eating on the beach. It's fantastic.
Eating
Beaches
on the
around
beach.
world.
Ugh.
Yeah, on the
Eating on
beach,
the
like
beach is
fresh
nice.
seafood on the beach. You get some coconut, or as some people call it, palm tree seedlings. You know, that stuff is good. And then you also talk about beautiful beaches, like beaches in Mexico, not Ocean City, but Mexico, or St. Croix, where you killed that hermit crab, Ryan.
Oh,
Beaches are beautiful at night. You hear the crashing waves. You can see forever across the horizon to the water, and it's just like this great feeling of, you know, the massiveness of the world. And I love the beach, man. I love the feel of the sand. I love the water. I love swimming in it. I've never been attacked by any wild animals like Danny has been apparently several times. I mean, there's some seaweed in there, but I mean, shit.
no one you know has ever got hit by the jellyfish, son. Who are you? Where do you swim? Where are these
I got
places?
hit by a jellyfish. It ain't that bad.
Oh,
It's pretty bad.
I'm gonna get electrocuted. Let me hop in here real quick and get electrocuted.
I mean, the only bad thing about the beach is it did produce the worst version of our friend Eric Wallaconis, also known as Beach Conus. Other than that, the beach is great.
I love the beach. Sand sucks. Like, the sand sucks. When it gets in your swimsuit, I mean, I've never had it, like, rub my nipples raw or anything. TMI, but it's never happened. The sand exfoliates your feet, so that is a plus. You know, when you're walking on the sand, you're walking in the water. I love to walk on the beach. I don't like laying out on the beach. Like, so I guess I'm up in the air. I love the beach for a limited amount of time. I love, like, the beaches in Dominican Republic are absolutely amazing. Mexico, amazing. I love it. South Beach, who doesn't love South Beach? I mean, we're from Maryland. I love Ocean City. The beach sucks. I'd rather be at Secrets, but I mean, it's just nostalgic, you know? The seawater is so amazing for your skin. Like, when I get out of the water, like, later that night and the next day, my skin is, like, amazing. Like, it's good for you, you know, it gets out, like, all the bad stuff, impurities in your body. Epsom salt baths. It's like a natural Epsom salt bath.
That's what scientists want you to believe. Don't believe all that nonsense. That's why your skin gets all crinkly when it's great when you get out your skin's all crinkly. That's great. That's what's supposed to happen. I don't think so. Now when I drink a whole bunch of water, I get crinkly skin.
Salt is good for you. I mean, like, too much of it is not good for you. But
Yeah,
too much.
tell that to John Bastow.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
People get
Tell
have
that
to
to
go
John
on
Bastow.
medication because they have too much salt.
The Fitness Made Simple guy?
He's dead now because too much salt.
He's not dead.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
In moderation, but salt water is good for your body. It's good for your skin, the largest organ on your body. I do makeup. I know about skin, okay? It's good for your skin. I'm telling you.
My skin,
That's true.
not but my skin's been terrible for 37 years. Not rebounded now.
They float and, like, their skin comes out amazing.
All right, well we're up to number one for Brittany.
All right, guys. My number one, I feel very strongly about, and this is probably the most terrible thing. It ruins everything. It's disgusting. It smells bad. It tastes bad. And it's pickles. Pickles are fucking disgusting. Like, absolutely disgusting. If it's, like, don't come near me with a pickle. I don't like the way they smell. I don't like the way they look. Like, it's absolutely gross. Like, anytime I order a sub or a sandwich and they put a pickle wrap near my sandwich, I can't eat my sandwich. It's contaminated. Like, that's it. Throw the whole sandwich away. I'm not eating it. I have a story. One time, it was actually this past wedding season. I was doing a bridesmaid's makeup, and she sat in my chair, and she had a pickle in her hand. And I'm like, okay, this is not going to work. So I'm like, oh, of course I want to be nice to her. You know, I'm like, oh, no rush. You can finish your pickle, and then when you're done, wash up and like I'll do your makeup. She's like, oh no, you can do my makeup. I'll eat the pickle. I'm like, no, it's like really okay. Like please, like just finish your pickle. 5 minutes. If we wait 5 minutes, we're still on schedule. Like no big deal, girl. You can wait. No, it's okay, ma'am. I need you to take the pickle and go. Like I can't. My friend who's doing someone else's makeup here she really can't stand pickles. Like, you gotta go. And I was like, you gotta go. First of all, your pickle breath, we're like this close, okay? This was last year. There was no face mask. We're not doing that. You smell like pickles, like dill, like no, like gross. Like what?
Ronnie, you look like you had some pickle love there when she said that. So
when I was little, I hated pickles. I love pickles. I love them on my sandwiches that I get from like Chick-fil-A or Popeye's chicken sandwich. Got some really good pickles on them.
They're ruined.
No, they're fantastic. They add a nice tang, a nice crunch, some crispness, some acidity to a really rich dish like a chicken sandwich. It really needs that acidity to break up the mouthfeel of all the fat and stuff. And pickles to me do exactly that. There's so many kinds of pickles. You have capers. You can pickle anything. That's the great part about pickles. But if you're talking strictly about cucumbers, like dill pickles, those burger chip pickles that you put on burgers and sandwiches.
I mean, pickles specifically, like a pickled cucumber is disgusting. But I mean, anything that's pickled eggs. Like what? It's disgusting. Any type of pickled vegetable, like yeah, I get it. You can pickle anything. It's all disgusting.
You like pickled red onions?
No.
Oh
I don't.
wow. Yeah, I love pickled food. I think it tastes really good. It was a necessity back in the day for people to survive, like kimchi. It's pickled. I love pickles.
Yeah, I had a Korean roommate, and kimchi is horrible, especially if they make it themselves.
Love some kimchi.
Very.
You like pickles, Ryan?
Pickles are terrible.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so I agree with you. One time, me and John Emmel put pickle juice in a shot that we made Justin Lappin, and he puked everywhere. Tommy pickles.
But how many shots did he have before that, though?
Just one.
Nah, I don't think so. I was there for that. That story's incorrect.
It was number 14, but
yeah.
That's
so it was a pickle juice at the 14th shot.
But Tommy Pickles from the Rugrats is a newborn baby, which are also terrible. So that's two terrible things back to back.
They are.
I mean, I'm with you. Terrible pickles.
Pickle shots, like that's fucking disgusting.
So I'm not a pickle hater. I like pickles in the right, like if they're good. Like that's kind of like coleslaw to me. Like a good pickle, I'll do a good pickle. But if it's like bad or like soggy or old, like yeah, it's terrible. Some of them, like I don't like the bread and butter pickles. I'm not a big fan of. Like some of the sweet ones, I'm not a big fan of. Like a good dill pickle, like Ronnie said. You know what I'm saying? Give me it every time on that chicken sandwich or something like that, or like on a lunch meat sandwich is good. But or like even like a steak and cheese, But yeah, I'm not like I don't crave pickles to like eat a pickle like that. You know what I mean? So I would say I'm kind of in the middle on a pickle. So if you can be on anything, I'm in the middle.
So you're Ryan, with this subject of pickles.
Exactly. What was your number one, sir?
So this is definitely going to get the most hate, I think, out of any pick that we've done this far. But let me get through my rant, and then you guys can rebuttal it. So my number one thing that people love that are actually terrible is football. More specifically, American football. More specifically, the NFL. People acting like football is entertaining is the biggest lie in human history. Everybody says they love football, and everybody is lying. Saying you like football is saying like you hate Nickelback. Everybody does it. nobody means it. I mean, Nickelback has had 19 songs hit the charts, over 50 million albums sold. Who's listening to all this Nickelback if everybody hates them?
My mom.
And me. Football is like dominoes. You line up in a row and then knock them over. It takes hours of setup for seconds of action. The average football game is 3 hours and 12 minutes. If you tally up the time when the ball is actually in play, the action amount of time is 11 minutes. Maybe 45 seconds of that 11 minutes is exciting. I mean, watching an NFL game is like watching like an old Godzilla movie where Godzilla's on the screen for 11 minutes and you're just waiting for that 11 minutes. But at least those movies were only an hour and a half, not 3 hours and 12 minutes. I mean, watching football is like watching Charlie Brown try to kick a football. You think something's going to happen, but then nothing ever happens. The NFL promotes racism. How is the Redskins an acceptable team name?
That's a good point.
The average career span of an NFL player is 3.3 years. And then you're fucking finished. Your body is destroyed. You don't have any work experience to fall back on. Unless if you're a top earner, that money's going to be gone in no time. And let's not forget who is also a football player. Drew Brees. Drew Brees, who has been flooding this podcast with hate mail. Sorry we didn't mention French cuisine, Drew Brees.
Right.
You are only 1/128th French anyway, you asshole.
Right.
Oh my god. I'm laughing so hard because my boyfriend is here in the kitchen and his life is football. He played football professionally. He played through his entire life and he's just staring at me in the kitchen like, what the actual fuck?
Do you want to bring them on for a rebuttal?
Hey.
Well, so I'll while she calls him, I will say a few things. So I don't disagree wholly, especially because I'm a Redskins fan. I'm 100% on get rid of the name. I don't give a shit about the name. My affiliation is not with the name. It's with the city. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, you know what I mean? Like, I would be fine with them just taking the Redskins, moving them, and giving us a new team. You know what I mean? Like, fuck Dan Snyder. You know what I mean? It makes me mad, like, how much football affects me and how much it makes, even though, like, I know it shouldn't. And the Redskins are always so bad. I know that it shouldn't affect my life, but it does. You know what I mean? Like, you know how much better my Thanksgiving is if the Redskins beat the Cowboys?
Rude.
Like, I know that it shouldn't matter, but it does matter for some reason. So I can understand the hate towards it. I think that it gets a little bit like there's been a little bit too much football, too much NFL recently. I feel like it's on every night of the week. You know, now they're like, it's like Thursdays, Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays. Like, I hate primetime games. I love the Sunday afternoon games. So I disagree. Other than I do agree with some of the points. You know, the name of, that's, get rid of the name. If it offends anybody, it shouldn't be the name of the team. You know what I mean? Like, it's my affiliations to the city, not the team. So I disagree with, like that, because I do love football, unfortunately, but I agree with some of the sentiment that you had towards it. Ronnie.
Yeah, I mean, this is easily the worst pick ever on any of these podcasts. Football is great. It's fun. It's fun to watch. All these guys put in all this hard work to play a sport they love. It's true competition and true teamwork. We always talk about how we all need to work together and better. And football, it's the penultimate way of showing that. And two of the best moments of my life involve football. One of them was Super Bowl 42 when the Giants beat the Patriots. And the also one was Super Bowl 46 when the Giants also beat the Patriots. And being able to watch those with my dad, like Danny said, like watch games on Sunday with your family and your friends, and hang out, and it's a social thing, and go to the games and be friends with people that are fans of so many different teams is fun, except for the Cowboys. They're terrible, and they're terrible. And how can anyone hate a sport that produced this guy, arguably the greatest athlete in professional sports history, Eli Manning?
Oh, okay.
Is that Daniel Jones? Oh, it's Eli.
It's Eli. I love football. Love watching it. I agree the NFL's a little too much now. They won't fix their officiating problems. People complain about it too much, but that's everything. And everything's like that. Every sport's like that. And I love football.
Brittany, I know you're a Cowboys fan, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I am a Cowboys fan. I like football. I enjoy watching it. I will say now, dating someone who played football and loves football, I watch it entirely too much, and now I'm kind of like sick of it. But no, he's not here for a rebuttal. He's like, I don't have any nice words to say. I'm gonna stay upstairs and watch football. He watches football nonstop. Like, it's become my life. But I enjoy it. I enjoy going to the games. I enjoy watching it. It's not like baseball. Like, baseball is fun to go to the game and watch it, but it's not fun to sit and watch baseball on TV. Like, it sucks. It's boring. Yeah, the NFL, they've got some politics and some things they need to work on, but I love to watch football. I think that's probably the only sport I actually watch. My dog is like going insane right now. I was hoping she didn't break a leg. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I love football. I love to watch it. I like to go to games. I mean, it's intense. They work hard, and yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't care what you say. Yeah, I'm from the DC area. Yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan, and I don't care. Fuck, I hate the Redskins. I hate the name, and I hate the Redskins, and they suck. And we don't like Dan Snyder. He sucks too. He lives down the street. Fuck him.
I'd like to see what Monica and Sophie have to say about watching football with Ronnie and Danny. Because watching football with both of you is one of the most miserable experiences ever.
That's why I don't watch with anybody else. All right, leave me alone. Leave me alone on Sundays. I asked for 16 weeks, that 3-hour period, and you know what? I enjoy that. I hate it so much. All right.
Wait, I have a question. Ryan, you hate the Olympics and you hate football. Do you like regular soccer?
No. I don't like sports in general.
Okay. I'm like, do we have a...
The only thing I'll watch is MMA, but even I don't even watch that anymore because that's so stupid now.
It's fake.
It's
Okay.
I mean, you talk about Monica watching football with me. You never watched Michigan State football with Monica. I had to go to a Michigan State Maryland game in November, and it was literally like 33 degrees, freezing rain that switched to snow, and the snow was going into my face. And of course, they're beating Maryland 19-0 in the first quarter, and I'd sit there the whole time, and all these Michigan people were being really nice to me. It was awful. So,
wow, sounds really fun, Ronnie.
and Sophie watching football with me. You've never watched Gilmore Girls with Sophie, okay? So just lay off. We all got our issues.
That's like
Ronnie.
Don't come near me when I'm watching Grays. Like, don't do it.
Grays or Potter. Ronnie, what you got for your number one?
All right, my number one. I think we're all going to agree on this. The first time this whole podcast. The worst thing in the world is the British royal family. They are the worst human beings you can possibly imagine. Now, think of this, right? Think of these people that get paid taxpayer money for doing absolutely nothing. You're famous for nothing. So they're even worse than the American version, which is the Kardashians. At least they're not collecting taxpayer money. But you have these people that get, this old-ass lady, she's like 85. She's got 20 corgis. Why do you need that many corgis, lady? What's wrong with you? and they got all these weird rules and the tabloids and all this bullshit. Like, these people can't be normal human beings, and they're constantly under a microscope, and it's awful. Like, I don't care about them. Why do people give a shit? Like, why is there a whole horrible industry of British tabloids following these people around? Like, what have they done? They've done nothing. They've done nothing for anyone. They've done nothing for no one. They haven't done anything spectacular. They were just born. It's terrible. It's an awful way for humans this day and age to revere people that have absolutely no accomplishments. The royal family sucks. England sucks. But the royal family in particular is terrible.
It's funny, Kosa, it's my boyfriend. We were actually talking about like the royals earlier at dinner, and he's like, we were talking about etiquette, and I was saying like, you know, you always put the fork on the left, and I'm like, why are you putting the fork on the left? He's like, why does it have to go on the right? I'm like, it's etiquette. He's like, who came up with etiquette? I'm like, I don't know. Like, England, like royalty. He's like, well, who made them royal? I'm like, I don't know. Like, they just became royal. So yes, I agree with Ronnie. I guess they, you know, do they serve a purpose?
No, they don't.
They're figureheads.
I mean, I don't know. Like, yeah, they suck. I'm all about Harry and Meghan Markle. Like, I watched the wedding. I'm all about it. I love them together. But I think it's because he's like,
he rolled out though.
Yeah, he's different. He's like, I don't want to be like, and he's like Diana, you know. But yeah, I mean, and aren't they like broke also? Like, apparently they're broke. I don't know.
They stink.
Little known fact: my dog, the type of dog that I have, Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, they were at one point the only dog that was allowed in Parliament.
Oh wow.
I'm full of
corgis.
Facts. But now it's corgis, yeah.
Ryan,
yeah, I guess.
thoughts on...
Yeah, British royal family are terrible. I mean, it's how much wasted taxpayer money are they putting towards this just for them to be figureheads? I mean, you could literally replace the entire royal family with, you know, a panda bear, and it would be the same exact thing. They could just love this panda bear and support him. And it's the same exact thing. They don't do anything. I mean, if you ask me, Princess Diana had it coming.
Oh, yikes. Wow. Too soon. Too soon.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move on for after that. I'm gonna give you. I will as an Irishman. Fuck the royal family.
Right.
Fuck England and just save everybody. All right, motherfuckers. And the other
British, okay.
It's like, yo, it's like them and people and like, you know, the Dutch tried to enslave everybody. You know what I'm saying? Plus, yo, that's why all British people all looked all jacked up though, because they're all inbreeding. And it's like, oh, we're in the British family. Oh, we got to keep the bloodlines.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why dogs get all fucked up when you know inbreed them and shit like that. Yo, expand your horizons. You know what I'm saying? Assimilate with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? We need some color in our life. Stop bringing us so much paleness. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be less pale. We need to get people to just enjoy each other, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the British, you know, the royal family. There's some, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, as an Irishman, I 100% agree with this. You know what I'm saying? Overrated 100%. Stop putting them on the fucking news. You know what I mean? They like excommunicated like this dude. Because he's like, I don't really want to fuck with all this shit. And they're like, all right, well, you're fucking done, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you're done. Like, what? Like, who the fuck does that shit? Like, get the fuck out of here. Take your corgis and keep, you know, stuff them over there. Keep them over there. Yeah, fuck that shit. So I guess I'm on to number one, guys. And I think this one's going to be a little controversial. As much as I like coffee, this place in particular gives me so much anxiety, and that place is Starbucks. Wow. Starbucks is the most fucking the coffee is overrated. Everybody in there is judgmental as a motherfucker. Why are you all up on my shit when I'm getting my cream and sugar in my fucking coffee? Back up off me. And then it's like, yo, when like you don't know how to leave room in the cup for cream and sugar, so I look like a dick because I'm pouring coffee in the trash can because I want to put some cream and sugar so it tastes good, and I look like an asshole, and people are like looking at me and all up on my shit. I hate it. There's a guy named Nate Bargatze. He's got a good stand-up called. He's like the Tennessee Kid. He talks about it. It's great. He gives exactly how I feel. It's so much anxiety. Every time like someone sends me there, I'm like, fuck. Can't I just go to 7-Eleven? I'm like, all right, just text me your order so I can just show what the text says. I'm not talking all this grande large bullshit with extra soy foam shit. Like that ain't happening. Like I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? And it kind of leads into a whole nother thing that I almost made my list in itself, which I talked about a little bit of the basic kind of shit is the pumpkin spice shit. Yo, like how much longer is the pumpkin spice season gonna be extended here? I feel like August comes around, everyone's like fucking pumpkin spice in the motherfucking house. Yo, I'm like, what? Like it's August. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? Why is it pumpkin spice a thing? It smells like shit all the time. Pumpkin spice all the time. Like, it's like I just can't do it. I'm sorry, Starbucks. Drew Brees is a big Starbucks guy, so he's gonna hate this one. But yo, like, just let me get my coffee in peace. I don't need all that foo shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me some shit. Give me some creamer. Give me some sugar. I don't need the nonsense. Starbucks #1.
Well, I love Starbucks. I will say their regular coffee, like their drip coffee, is trash. Like it tastes burnt. It's disgusting. But I like their lattes. And the reason, Danny, they don't leave room in your cup is because you got to ask for it. Because so many people drink. So many people drink their coffee black. If you don't say no room, if you don't say room, then they're not going to give it. You just don't speak Starbucks.
Who the fuck are all these people drinking black coffee? Where are all these serial killers at? What the fuck?
Right there. Orange shirt with that.
That's what I'm saying. There's one serial killer on our podcast. That's why we brought him on.
Black coffee is delicious.
Speak Starbucks, and then it's a different world. Pumpkin spice.
There's a really song about black coffee, no sugar, no cream. I get it. I know it's a thing, but damn, not everybody does.
I love Starbucks. Pumpkin spice. I used to love it. I used to be a huge pumpkin spice person. They changed the recipe. It's not the same anymore. I don't like it. I do like pumpkin spice, but I will say that's a whole separate podcast on pumpkin spice. I love pie, but pumpkin spice.
Do you guys remember when they changed the cups, like the holiday cups? It didn't have enough Christmas stuff, and people were getting all pissed.
Yeah. I do love the red cups. I'm all about presentation, if you haven't noticed. Like, I'm all about presentation. I'm a sucker for packaging. I'm a sucker for, we're changing it up a little bit. I have 9,000 Starbucks cups in my cabinet right now that I barely even use. I've been to the first Starbucks ever,
This is like the worst person we could have on the podcast for you to hate on Starbucks there, Danny.
It's okay. Hey, this is the whole thing. This whole list is all about people love the stuff. I mean, no list is as bad as Ryan's especially with the Olympics.
All right. Hey, I like coffee. I don't like Starbucks coffee too much. I prefer. I mean, if I have to stop somewhere to get coffee, personally, I prefer to make my own. But if I have to stop somewhere to get coffee, I actually prefer. Believe it or not, McDonald's is really good coffee.
They do.
And so does I kind of like Dunkin' Donuts, but
Dunkin' Donuts is too acidic.
I mean, I don't know. Starbucks is what it is. Like, it's just a place for me to get coffee. I mean, if you're complaining that you don't got enough room in your cup, cream and sugar, just drink it black, man. Just bite the bullet. Walk to the dark side, baby. That's all you got to do. And I don't drink any of their weird drinks. One time I tried a caramel macchiato, and I was walking in the parking lot in DC back home, and I literally threw up. There was so much sugar in it. It was insane. I think they put like 50 grams of sugar into that cup. I read later, which is probably more sugar than I consume a day. So I'm not a fan of flavored coffee drinks. I don't mind that people like them. And obviously, Starbucks is business, and coffee is good business, baby. But give me black coffee. I like to make my own. Starbucks, I'm on the fence about Starbucks in general, but I agree with Danny. I don't like all the weird names of the cups. Like, just give me a large. Like, I don't know what the hell. I don't want to call it your stupid name, your Ventis or your Grandes or your Ariana Grandes or whatever. I just want goddamn coffee.
It's Ariana Grande. You know her last name's actually Grande. It's not Grande.
Grande? I didn't know that.
Yeah, her brother. I mean, this is totally off topic. I told you I'm full of useless facts. Actually started the Grande thing, but it's actually Grande.
Oh.
Ryan, you got any thoughts on Starbucks? Andy.
I'm with I hate the sizing, what they do with that. I think they're really up their own ass. I mean,
it makes it unique.
No, it makes them fucking, assholes who, need to make things more complicated than it needs to be. I don't think I've ever been in the Starbucks, but all I think about with Starbucks is dudes wearing fucking
man buns.
Yeah, man buns, and writing like a terrible screenplay or working on a terrible novel and just sitting there all day. It's probably all the bros that are sitting in Starbucks, like Ronnie.
Tie my hair in a man bun.
So.
Well,
Ryan also
we always do Ronnie's.
Oh.
He doesn't like coffee. That's true.
So we will get to Ronnie's moral question of the week if you have one. But I will say, everybody, while we're together, the last week has been pretty disappointing from like a human race standpoint. I will say, we got a man getting killed in Minneapolis, in custody. We had a woman in Florida kill her autistic kid, like drown him, and he's inaudible. Tried to drown him once, and then an hour later drowned, and someone saved him, and she drowned him again. You got people out for jogs getting murdered. Like, yo, we need to do better as a human race, okay? Like, I'm not gonna even like preach on it too much, but like, yo, I'm tired of like just the negativity. You know what I'm saying? Like, of all of it. You know what I mean? Like, we need to do better in general. If you're seeing some fucked up shit happen in front of you, like, stop it and say something in the time frame. You know what I mean? But shit was a depressing week news-wise, man. So,
turn off the news.
I know, but I feel like it's hard to avoid it. Ronnie, what you got for us this week?
All right, I got a moral question this week. It's a little more tame, but there is a right or wrong answer, as there always is, and I'm the person that will give it to you at the end. Moral question of the week has to do with pizza pies, and particular, you and your significant other get a pizza, and let's say you're particularly hungry, and you get through 4 pieces, and your significant other gets through 3 pieces, and you want that 5th piece. Is it okay to eat that 5th piece without asking, or is it their piece to give away?
I think you should always ask.
It's their piece to give away, Ronnie.
So I think. Go ahead, Ryan. Sorry.
I mean, when you get married, or if you're in a serious relationship, you guys are a team. You guys split everything 50-50. You guys work towards goals together. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever played, Streets of Rage with Ronnie, him just sitting there grabbing all the items and stuff like that. But he definitely doesn't know what, good teamwork is about.
So I feel like it's about the, like you have a relationship with the person. So, I mean, you should know that, but like, as a big man, I'll compare it to bed space. Like going into marriage, like, I mean, Sophie should have realized I'm probably going to more than 50 because I'm a little bit bigger. So we have a king size bed, so everyone has enough room. But like in general, like I think like unfortunately for her, she has to, it's almost like, yo, she knows she's got to sit next to me on an airplane if we get on an airplane, and your boy's got some thick shoulders. You know what I mean? So I feel like this piece of pizza is kind of like the same thing there. It's like but I also feel like if she hustles through 4 pieces of pizza, and I only get through 3, and she's up to get that 5th pizza before I did, like she should have it too. Like I mean, I feel like it does go both ways because I feel like. And now looking back, she probably takes up more of the bed than I do now. But like, you know what I mean? I think it's all about like your relationship, and like I think it's more than fine to just take that 5th piece, and I think it can go either way. It doesn't have to be like you taking it; it could be her taking it, but it's all about, I feel like it's all about that relationship.
Listen, the correct answer is it's a free for all.
No.
Pizza as you want. If that person can't get to the piece, that's their fault. That means they're not hungry enough. You're still hungry. You should be able to eat the pizza. Your significant other should recognize that, hey, I'm not eating that fast. I'm not that hungry. Instead of me, withholding food from my loved one, starving him to death. You should be able to take that 5th pizza and eat it, or even the 6th if I'm not even there. And in fact, I can eat a whole Domino's pizza, Monica. Watch me. You don't eat fast enough. I'm going to eat the whole goddamn thing. Don't try. Don't try me. No. I mean, listen, life is all about resources. You call the person eating the 5th piece of pizza greedy. I think the person that's holding on that 4th pizza, not getting to it, is greedier. Like, what gives you moral authority over that pizza? You're in this together. Not everything's going to be equal, right? Some people in the family use more water than other people. I don't complain about that. The water bill's high. We still split it. Who cares? Some people like to spend more money on an entertainment and stuff like that. I don't care. I'll split it with that with them. They can consume more. It's fine. If I want an extra piece, I can ask you.
Somebody gets the big piece of chicken, baby.
Right. Ain't a thing.
I don't think it matters who gets it, but I think they should at least ask, like, hey, babe, do you want the last slice, or do you mind if I take it? I think that's just manners.
What if they just said, I'm going to take it? They didn't ask.
But you're projecting possession of the pizza onto them. They shouldn't have that moral high ground over you. They shouldn't get to decide.
Greedy, like, I just think, like, you should ask. I feel like I don't know, I would always ask. Even if I'm starving, I would be like, do you want it? Or,
My real question is, why didn't you get wings too, playa? I mean, come on.
I get
the end of another week where I feel bad for Monica.
Well, I appreciate everybody joining us on on Volume 5. Our first female guest. We're going to try to keep y'all fresh. We're going to try to vote next week on a topic. Yeah. So if y'all watch this, throw some ideas into the message thing or onto the Facebook page. We're out here for the people, except for Drew Brees. You know what I mean? We're trying to make y'all happy. But I really do appreciate Brittany coming on, spending so much. I mean,
thanks,
almost 2 full hours with us fools. I mean, 20 years later.
A long time. I haven't seen any of you guys in so long. I think I've seen Ryan probably most recently randomly in Greenbelt.
That's right.
Yeah. No present that time either.
Oh, gee.
I got you next time, Ryan. I got you next time. No, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. I feel so honored. First female, gotta hold it down. And after, having been so long, I think the people will like this one. I think it was very unexpected.
This is a good one. A lot better than DJ and Conas, I can tell you that much.
I think this is a good one, too. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys on Volume 6. See you next time.
Take care. Bye.
See ya.